Hello and Happy New Year. I'm back, and in today's video I'm going to discuss my process on how I animated this video clip. And if you're new to this channel, I'm Ayala the Artist. I am a digital illustrator and 2D animator. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, unlike in my previous animation video, this time around there was more pre-planning before I just put stylus to screen. If you haven't watched my last video, a link to it is up here at the top right, I believe. So right now I have an idea in my head and I'm sketching out what I want it to sort of be like. I wanted a woman reading at first at a bus stop, but thinking about it more, I changed it to having her texting or scrolling through her phone. Even though it was brief, it was still pretty unnecessary for me to struggle with the last animation I did, and to avoid that, I sat down longer and really gathered ideas on what I really wanted to do. I did use a reference for this, but I took Lucas's method when I approached this. In one of his recent videos, he suggested that artists should sketch out their ideas first and then grab references later, and that's how I went about with this animation. So right now I'm tying down more of the structure of this animation because it was a bit too rough for me to just go about and just begin refining everything. So I'm going to speed this up even more and let the video go a bit, and I'll check back with you guys shortly. Okay, now this is the interesting part. I actually almost forgot I did this. Right now I'm using the perspective ruler in CSP because, as you can tell from the rough sketch, this is a 1-point perspective scene, and from the foundation, the perspective is way off. So I'm fixing it before I go any further in this refined process. That's all I really wanted to say right now, so let's get back to the animation. Alright, I just got finished painting the background and I'm beginning to refine the woman. I want to note that I still haven't moved on to vet the layers yet. The reason being is because I'm not at the animation phase. I'm outlining the woman, but you do notice that I didn't do that to the background of this. I wanted to have this painterly style to it. If you follow me on my social media pages, you'll see that I really scaled back my painting method a great deal on this. I'm not sure why I did it. This decision was more feeling than planning, and I went with what I felt.
Do you all read about this or hear this? That you used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night.
and visualize seeing yourself as...
Yeah, I would visualize,
This is when you were broke and poor.
Right, having directors interested in me and people that I respected saying, I like your work or whatever that is, and I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever. Drive home and think, well, I do have these things. They're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there. I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995. Just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million.
What I planned on animating are the loose ends of her top and her hair. While I was gathering references for the clothing on Pinterest, it gave me the idea to actually animate loose fabrics. And I thought it would be pretty cool to animate this. So, just like in the last animation, more of the wave principle is being applied, but this time it's in a bit of a different way. Instead of me doing a straight ahead animation method, this go around I'm doing a more pose to pose animation method. And I achieved that by drawing the first frame, then I would draw the last frame. Then after that, I'll add my breakdowns and my in-between layers, referencing the two beginning and end points. So, that's how I achieved this method, and we're going to speed this up again, and I'll check back with you guys soon. I figured I'd speak on this now before my comment section gets blown up because of how I'm going to be coloring the woman and the animated areas. So I separated most of these sections into multiple layers, and as a result of this, my gaps are not closed. The simple method of coloring wasn't going to work for me, so I did this long coloring process. I created layers below the static woman layer and painted the individual parts there, and I'm going to do the same thing to the animated areas as well. This is much slower, you don't have to tell me, than the other methods, and it's definitely not beneficial for more complicated animation. Although tedious, I wasn't too irritated doing it this way. I by no means would have done this had if I decided to animate like a fight scene or a scene where there's just a lot of things going on. We don't have much left with this animation, so I'm going to speed this up again and I'll see you guys at the end. And just like that, we have completed this animation. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you enjoy this type of content, please let me know in the comment section. Happy New Year, and I'll see you on the next video.